with the full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the game between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. This and much, much more. Live with Aaron and John and maybe Josh, but I doubt it.
Cut! That's one for every loss.
I hit that 53 times. You guys can rewind that in slow motion and listen. Oh, wait, one for Jay Gruden, one for Minuski, one for Dan Snyder, one for Bruce Allen, one for whoever the trainer is on this team, one for the doctor.
One for Dr. Andrews and his tweed coat.
And one for the dude that tries to sell beer for $2 more up on the upper deck.
You notice I'm sitting here wearing a black T-shirt. You know why? Because this season is over.
Dude, I'm wearing a Rackpo jersey.
The Rackpo. At least Tennessee Titans season is not over. This season is over.
Yo, what's up, John?
What's up?
Excellent.
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode number 464, in which we have declared the debacle of the decade.
Cut!
Ask me if I went back and rewatched this game before the podcast.
Did you go back and rewatch this game before the podcast?
Nope. I can barely watch it the first time.
I
was
think
horrible.
I saw it in the first episode or first running of that game. It was. I don't know, dude. I really am not at all surprised about anything that happened in that game, except for Butt Fumble got benched. I was really surprised about that. I figured he was just going to ride Butt Fumble to the end of the season. Jay Gruden hanging out on top of Butt Fumble, doing this kind of thing with his arm.
Dude.
Riding off into the fired sunset on the guy whose just head kind of wobbles like this when he runs around on the field because he's been hit too many times in the NFL.
How is nobody fired?
I mean, is he just gonna wait for the grand finale and not do a Robisky this time and just like fire everybody the day after the last game, which is against the Eagles, by the way?
Does he really think that we have a chance of making the playoffs?
Jay Gruden is surprised he hasn't been fired.
Dude, all right, you guys know about my precarious predictions, but off the air, I was like, dude, we don't have a chance in this game. Let's be serious here, dude. We can't win another game. We were how many first downs did we even freaking get?
Yeah.
3? 4? Josh Doxson had a couple. Let's look at the bright spot. I was like, man, well, this game is super horrible, but Josh Doxson is actually playing well. Penalty.
Yeah.
For doing something stupid.
Foul penalty for. And I mean, when Josh Johnson finally did come in to get rid of Butt Fumble, he comes in and he has all, he was playing at garbage time. He was doing nothing but playing against a prevent defense. So it really wasn't that hard of a deal for him to come down and get a couple touchdowns. He got, good luck on those two extra, not extra points, but the 2-point conversions. And
oh yeah, I was like, go for 2, go for 2, and we made it both times. 2. And I was like, yeah, we got a penalty on the 2-point conversion. Who cares? Go for it from the 9 or whatever. I'm like, go for it. Go for it. Woo! Go for it. I was like, man, Jay Gruden is acting like, I don't know, we have a shot to come back and win this game. In the fourth quarter, he was actually playing pretty good clock management with 6 minutes left when we had no chance. But whenever we have a chance, down by like 10 or something, he acts like we have 20 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Nobody can. I mean, Dan Snyder's got to fire everybody. Everybody. Alan DeBruce, cut. Jay Gruden, you're nice. Cut.
I mean, I understand.
The guy used to be a linebacker with the Minuski. Cut.
Dude, I understand that the offense was going to suck. I don't even know who was in it offensive line half the time. But the defense.
Howard? The Duck.
Desmond?
Howard the Duck.
Might as well have been Desmond Howard at the offensive line. Dude, there was a few times I saw Trent Williams just miss his dude.
Yeah.
Even Trent Williams. Like, he ran right past him, and he's out by the linebackers, like, looking around like, oh, who was I supposed to block? Oh, that dude that tackled Peterson at the line of scrimmage.
Over. The season is over.
Dude, they didn't care. And you know who was the worst on defense? Clinton Dix. He takes the worst angles of anyone. He's worse than Daryl Pounds.
Right now he's worse than Daryl Pounds. Daryl Pounds.
All right, we got to give a shout out to people because the chat room is someone jumped in here and called this group therapy from the start. All right, let's see. Let's give a shout out first of all to our benevolent sponsor, Desmond C. Lee. You can reach him at Desmond C. Lee 2 on Twitter.
Yep.
I don't know if I saw any tweets from him this week, because I usually put them on our feed here.
Chris Jan, the UK, was there.
He was at the game?
I thought he came to that game.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I can't remember. I thought he said he was coming to that game.
I think he just watched it in the middle of the night or something. Anyway, shout out to DJ Cool 4, Michael Graff, Alamo City Live Music. B&G Buns is back. We haven't seen B&G Buns in a while. A.K.A. Rabbit Rads, A.K.A.
B&G Buns.
Chris J in the UK, Michael Graff. That's about everyone that's in there.
One job. Penalty.
One job Moses had at least 2 false starts in this game. And he's not even one of the offensive linemen off the street.
They weren't even calling most of them.
There was that one play, dude, where he had a false start, he got back, and then did it again, and they finally called it. I was like, oh, they called it the second time on the same play.
That's a guy that's nervous on the field. And all the guys were getting beat, like you said. Okay, Chris J. For some reason, I thought he was at the game. He said it was over there.
Dude, you didn't watch in the UK, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It would have been unfortunate if you made a travel all the way to D.C. from the UK and had to watch that.
That would have been
debacle.
Cluster Backel. Ugh.
And no one's fired. No one.
Dan Snyder's got to be just like waiting till the end of the year. He's got to be. He doesn't want to do like coach like when he fired Norv Turner well past when he should have been fired, just like Jay Gruden is. And he fired him with 3 games left. He doesn't want to. I don't know. He doesn't want to put like O'Donnell or O'Connell or whoever the quarterback's coach is in charge of the offense, because I don't know who else. Who else is he going to put there?
He's not. It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter who's in charge of the offense. There's no one to play.
But fumble.
And your dog Jordan Reed, who I said we should have traded 2 years ago, injured his toe, a la Deion Sanders, and his season is in jeopardy. I
know. And your dog, I'm sure you're very disappointed about that.
You know what that means? That sounds like to me, oh, I hurt my toe. We suck. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play anymore.
Toe.
It sounds to me like
my damn toe. I got to sit down.
I'm quitting is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Well, you know who else needs to quit? Probably C. Dix.
Oh, C. Dix, dude. Man. He's been doing that for what? I remember saying it last week or the week before. Another horrible angle. I think last week it was on Ezekiel Elliott, if I remember.
Yeah,
no, Amani Toomer.
You're not talking about like Gronkowski, who had the horrible angle on that Dolphins like hook and lateral play.
Dude, I just said Amani Toomer instead of Amari Cooper. You guys know who I mean.
Amari is nada.
Dude, I actually was on some site that had our podcast, and I didn't know it, and I was like reading a review of our podcast, and it was some dude that was like, "These dudes don't know anything about the Redskins. Stick with ESPN." And I was like, dude, we've forgotten more about the Redskins than you ever knew.
Or ESPN.
It's hilarious.
That's because we don't do rumors, man. We're not like, dude, we have rumors. You know, Ian Rappaport reports, which always makes me laugh. Oh, I heard a rumor about this and this and that. And I mean, geez, you want to hear a bunch of rumors, then you go to talk to people at work, and none of them are true.
Yeah. If you want to hear stats and ESPN, go to ESPN. If you just want to hear dudes talking about the Redskins
and how much they suck.
Anyway, we do not speak of Zorn. Where's the sound effect? I've lost all the sound effects. Zorn. Zorn was your first year. B&G Buns. God bless this person. I don't even know if is B&G Buns a man? I don't remember.
What?
B&G Buns. Dude. I don't remember if B&G Buns is a man or woman. I'm serious. Do you remember?
Yes, I just said yes. He's a guy.
All right, B&G Buns, God bless you. Zorn was your first year watching the Redskins. These people that are younger than us that have never seen the Redskins win a Super Bowl. Like, I don't know how they do it. We cling to something that we once had, right? Like, we can get back there. They don't cling to anything.
If you've been born, like 1993 was the first bad year, I think. That was the year after George Gibbs retired the first time.
Dude, when Gibbs retired, I remember
everything just went.
Dude, I remember I was watching that news conference, and I was like 15 or 16, and I literally cried when he retired. I literally had tears like, no. I was so upset. Dude, when I was like a preteen to mid-teenage years, you know, when you have all those, what is it, like hormones? Dude, I would get so upset when the Redskins would lose, or I'd get really mad and like throw.
Not like now.
Dude, Josh is trying to come on here, and he said the link isn't working. Really? All right, I'll send it to you again.
Dude, seriously, the link isn't working.
Dude, you guys might actually see a site from Josh. He had to come out of retirement for this debacle. Let me see.
Joshua C. B&G Buns, never seen a Redskins Super Bowl. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, 1993-4, we've been sucked. We've sucked with like a little bit of mediocre, like ebbed and flowed through that. It's just terrible.
I don't understand how Josh can say the link didn't work when I sent you the exact same link.
It's because it's Josh. Dude, the link's not working, dude. Dude, seriously. Hold on. Let me come on here with my gummy twin snakes.
My what?
Gummy twin snakes.
Dude, I just clicked the link and it worked.
I think he's lying. If you sent me that one and you just used it and it worked.
Yeah. It works, dude. Yeah, here's what you guys got to do. You wanted group therapy while I'm typing this to Josh.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you do. I think it's still on YouTube, but you find Super Bowl 22 and you watch the second quarter. And you will feel a little bit better, but also sadder at the same time. For the dudes that weren't there, they're sadder because guess what? They weren't alive when it happened. And for us that were there, we know it's been 27, since that game, 30 years. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah. It's a sad feeling when you think about it. And Aaron and I still went to a game this year, you know.
Oh, he's trying to do it on his phone.
That's because it's Josh.
It's not. You're doing it from the wrong place. Anyway, let's get back to all right. Let's break this down. First, we're going to start with the positives because we can. Ryan Kerrigan had a sack, and he had actually, well, I don't want to say a decent game, but he did make a couple of good tackles, especially in that first series. Remember?
Deron Payne got a sack very early.
Oh, Josh is actually here.
Where is he?
It said click to add him, and I tried. Oh,
Yo,
he's here.
He's here.
Josh, you're here. I got to add you in. I see something on your phone. Hopefully he's on Wi-Fi. Let's see if I can add him in. Do you see him?
I do not see him.
I don't hear him. Hold on.
I do not see him, Sam. I am. But anyway, yeah. Positives. Kerrigan kind of had a good first quarter. This is what you're saying. Deron Payne kind of had a good first quarter.
Yeah. Deron Payne.
That's about it, really. Negatives? Aaron?
Hold on, I'm adding Josh in. Talk amongst yourself while I'm adding Josh.
Talk amongst myself. All right. Negatives.
This is the feed that I'm getting
the
from
entire
Josh.
roster of everybody. Offense, defense. Josh Jackson kind of had a sort of game. Josh Johnson came in garbage time and kind of sort of had a good game for a four-string quarterback against backups.
I guess.
Dude, the Giants could have blanked us 60 or 70 to nothing if they wanted to. They took pity on us.
Yeah. Dude,
What do you say?
I heard Josh for just 1 second.
Did you hear me?
Oh, there
I'm
he
talking.
is. I hear him. He's on. Dude, you're on the podcast.
I'm talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can. Can you hear him, John?
I
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you?
There
see
you
me?
are.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like a black blob in the middle of the thing.
I don't know if Josh can hear us.
I can hear you guys barely. So anyway,
There you go.
All right, there you
Hopefully
are.
it sounds good on the recording.
Yeah.
here, let me try this. Ooh. That looks better.
All right, we
Somewhat.
got you.
This is new technology for me.
Yeah, it would have been cool if we had a little bit of time to practice it. But,
I'm in the frozen tundra of North Carolina.
All right, we can hear you. If you guys believe it or not, Josh has made the podcast. A lot of these guys in the chat room are like, who's that dude?
I made the podcast.
This is not a film of Aaron dressing
Check
as
this
a brother.
out. It's the frozen tundra of North Carolina.
How many inches do you have?
That's what somebody said. Oh my gosh.
All right, so let's go to the chat room. Let's see what's going on in there. So we're talking about how pathetic it is that there's Redskins fans that have never been, they weren't even alive when the Redskins last won. And then what is more pathetic? Those dudes that are still hanging on, that are like 26 years old, 27 years old, or us dudes that are still holding on for 27 more years?
Yeah, really.
Or there's like 9-year Redskin veterans that have been on the team for that long, and they're like, "Holy crap, we made the playoffs like once."
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I gotta say, all right. So Dirty Sanchez was horrible in this game, which was not unexpected to me. But then
Not at all.
This Josh Johnson dude came in and actually moved them down the field. To which I say, was that because it was already garbage time?
And the answer was yes.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
first,
he's our
I was like,
string quarterback.
he's been on 12, a dozen rosters in the NFL.
I know, dude. They were talking about all the teams that he's played for, and basically they started talking. They went to commercial. They came back, and they were still mentioning teams.
I wrote my
It was
friend
like-
Tom, who is a
It was
Tampa
like that
Bay
many.
fan. Yeah, and Tom told me, he was just like, yeah, he played for us once, and I was like, I thought he was dead.
I'm sure that dude's got a super colorful closet full of past jerseys.
I was like, what does that mean? Hey, Michael Graff is
Yet
holding a
somehow
Super
he
Bowl
played for
DVD
Gruden
party
in
at
like
his house.
2010. He played for Gruden in 2010. He still remembers his playbook better than I don't know. What does that say about Gruden's playbook since 2010?
Gruden's playbook sucks. Let's just say that.
Really?
The only reason Gruden got this job was because the Ginger Ninja kept almost getting them to the promised land there in Cincinnati for a while. But they also had what was this face?
AJ Green.
Yeah, AJ Green.
Had him. They had a
We
bunch
got
of criminals.
We got they had Perfect that always gets.
I think they still have him.
They always got flagged and everything.
Dude,
Josh,
what
you
was
just
up
look
with
like a
Josh
floating
Doxson?
head.
And I'm having a hard time hearing you guys, so I'm sorry if I'm stomping on you. But Josh Doxson, we were talking about like he was having a pretty good game, and then he like has some stupid penalty.
Yep.
It's like he was showing like the spark of something in this horrible game, and then like he makes a stupid taunting penalty or something that costs us 15 yards.
I know. I was just finishing saying that I was going to give him my game ball, and then he does that. How do you
might get
taunt
the-
when you're losing 40-0?
He
Exactly.
might get the double game ball / kick from me this time, and as I do.
As you do.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I can't believe that no one was fired. But this goes back to our discussion because for a second I started thinking, all right, all these people keep, like yourself, Josh, keep talking about Kaepernick, and maybe they should give him a chance. And I kept saying, well, if you remember correctly, Kaepernick was already demoted to a backup before any of that political stuff happened with him.
His last 11 starts, he was 1-10. That's not
So-
a good quarterback.
So I was like, he already sucks, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I was like, and if you put a roaming quarterback in Gruden's system, it's going to be worse. But then Josh Johnson came in, and he's a mobile quarterback, and I was like, oh, maybe Josh had an argument there. Maybe
Yeah.
because our offensive line sucks so much, we do need someone like Kaepernick because no one's going to be able to run Gruden's system.
we need somebody who can scramble and try to do something with their legs, and Lord knows that's not Mark Sanchez. I mean, that Josh Johnson guy goes in and does that, and it was like the defense was confused. They were like, wait a minute, we've been stopping these guys because it was so predictable, and now it's
Defense
not.
was in prevent. They were in prevent
Yeah.
defense. They were just sitting back and saying, come on.
They're just sitting
You
back
can
waiting
go 8
because
yards
they
at a
knew he
time.
was just going to drop back and pass.
Yeah.
No, I mean, John's saying that the reason why Josh Johnson had some success is because it was already garbage time, and they were just running out the clock at that point.
Like you do in the
You
NFL.
think so?
Dude,
What?
they were up 40-0.
What do you? Of course we think so, Josh.
If you were up 40-0, would you be like blitzing and playing hardcore, or are you just gonna be like, all right, here, I'll tackle you after 12
I don't
yards?
know. So, are you saying that they gave them those two scores that we made? Are you saying that that's what happened?
I was saying their main objective was to run down the clock and try to get a stop, but they weren't doing anything fancy on defense.
No, they were letting us run. Yes, that's exactly
So-
what they were doing. That's
So
exactly
will
what
we
they were
see
doing.
Josh Johnson start this week?
He is starting. They've already said.
Yeah, but fumble was
already
that
said it?
bad. I mean, what are you gonna do? And here come your Washington Redskins, led by Butt Fumble. What are the other 52 guys gonna do? They're just like, I mean, that's demoralizing right there. Your leader is Butt Fumble.
Yeah, that's another point. Like,
Which,
Once-
which is
once-
why we went into the game, and I was just like, we're going to suck all the way around the entire game, except for Tress Way. Tress Way is my MVP.
and Kerrigan had a pretty decent game.
Kerrigan was real quiet at the beginning of this season, and he seems to have had a decent game for a few games now.
He's quietly up to 8.5 sacks on the year. He's only two
Quietly.
shy. He's only
Yeah.
two shy of Josh's best favorite player, Charles Mann. Sorry,
But I
wait,
will
wait,
say
not
this.
Charles Mann. Charles Mann's offense. Who is he short of? Is it Dexter Manley? No, somebody. I read
What are you
this.
talking about? Charles Mann is on defense just like Dexter Manley. They
Oh,
played-
sorry,
What are you talking about,
sorry.
Aaron?
Dude, I'm all confused.
Aaron, what are you talking about?
I got confused. For a second. Yes, he's too short of Charles Mann.
Too what short?
Speaking of Charles Mann, and I'm sorry I
And sacks.
wasn't able to make last week. Did you guys talk about the whole manhandling incident last week, Aaron?
No, we didn't do a podcast.
I think we can pretty much talk about it here and just explain the story because I'm fairly certain that it will never be told.
All right,
otherwise.
here's the story. John has this card.
Are you sure you want to tell the story on like public radio, public information?
Yeah, maybe we don't want to tell it.
It's a great story.
I'm only
it
going to
is,
say
but
two
People
sentences
that are not
about
gonna
this.
like it.
2 sentences about this story is all I'm going to say. Is that John has this card of Charles Mann that's shirtless, and we always like if we go on a trip together or something like that, we'll sneak it into the other person's like book bag or a suitcase, and he basically snuck it into my suitcase at the last Redskins game. That's all I'm going to say about it. So you got to be on the lookout or you're going to get mad.
You're
And
gonna
then
get
Aaron snuck
mad.
it into my suitcase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we
and
may
we're
or
not
may
going to
not
talk
have
about we're not going to talk about third parties that may not want to be mentioned.
Listen, all I'm going to say is I'm going to keep it completely anonymous. We may or may not have convinced a friend that during the game, Charles Mann needed to be manhandled and held and slept with under a pillow the night before for good luck if you got manned. And so perhaps that friend did just that and
Dead just that.
believed
And
the
it did
entire
not
story.
work.
As a matter of fact, we have a photo of Charles Mann sitting on that friend's biscuit for breakfast the next morning. I mean, like literally sticking out of the biscuit. Shirtless Charles Mann.
I know one thing, that Charles Mann did not help us on this game.
Charles
Mann
Mann
did not help.
did not help us.
I saw an article today, dudes, that was literally saying the Redskins still have a clear path to the playoffs. Playoffs?
Well, if we had the pieces to make it happen, yeah. I mean, like statistically speaking, when you look at the numbers, sure, it's not like we're that far back. But is it feasible? Highly doubtful. I give it a highly doubtful.
John's face is cracking me up right now.
John's
He's
just like closing his eyes.
He's just like,
just
you
being
guys are
silent.
insane.
See, I'm the eternal optimist here. Although I just told Amy, my wife, I'm like, there's just no way that that's ever going to happen this year.
Or any year. It's the Redskins.
Dude, we're not going to win another game this year. Think about it.
Boy.
Does anyone in the
All
chat
right.
room literally seriously think that we're going to win another game this year? Go ahead and say it if you are.
Now
Everyone is getting fired
we're
or
playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tennessee, I mean the Nashville Necks, i.e. Tennessee Titans,
The Nashville Necks.
the Nashville Necks, and the
Giants.
Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles, I mean.
No, the Eagles.
What's going
Yeah.
on at FedEx right now has nothing to do with who's the QB. I'm just reading some things that are in the chat room.
You mean on the Twitter feed?
On the Twitter feed, sorry, yeah.
Let's see what is going on the chat room here. Anyone saying anything that I need to bring up? Kendall Fuller. What about Kendall Fuller? He's the dude that we traded away to get Alex Smith.
No, we signed a guy named Kyle Fuller.
Yeah, Kyle Fuller is
who outweighs Kendall by like 100 pounds, probably 120 pounds, probably more than that.
We signed Kyle Fuller as an O lineman this week, and we got rid of some other dude that I didn't even know we had. Did you know we
I
had?
don't know, guys. I'm seriously thinking of going and suiting up, man. I've been working out. I could do it.
Josh, you're like
Could
44 or something.
45.
What?
Dude, you're too old. You're 45.
I might break a hip, but man, I'd have fun trying.
You're 45. You'd have fun until you got hit like twice. Then you'd be like,
You got hit once.
Then I would just stay down.
"Stay down, sucker." Dude, remember that video game from the early
Stay down,
90s?
sucker, I own you.
Yeah, you're a powder puff. What was it called? I think we lost Josh. Look, he's
there
back.
you are.
There he is.
You're a powder puff. So I
I
can't.
own you.
So who do you think, if anyone, is going to be fired the day after the season? Because if they didn't fire them on Monday, they're not going to fire them until the season's over.
Why don't they fire
we
Jay
already talked
Gruden
about
and
this.
just hire Mike McCarthy right away? How do you feel about that statement?
He's used to having a really bad defense in Green Bay.
Yep.
And a really good
I mean-
quarterback, which we don't have.
I mean, who's a good coach out there
Yeah,
that we could
really.
hire? I just
Well, that's
feel
the thing.
like
The Redskins can't be like, we want someone really good to come to. No one's going to come to Washington.
Because it's
That
Dan
doesn't
Snyder
Suck.
and Bruce.
unless you get somebody young who's going to build the team. I'll tell you, I wish we had never gotten rid of Sean McVay. How about that deal right there? I mean, they should have freaking fired Jay Gruden and just let Sean McVay take the team. I mean, look what he's done this year.
We've already
You
kicked
can see
that
a
horse to
precipitous-
death.
Yeah. You can see a precipitous drop in the offensive play calling since that happened. So
Yeah.
Why did we stop running so
because
early?
we don't have anyone to block for the runners.
There was one point
You're
where
on
it
our
like,
fifth
looked
and
like
sixth
AP.
guards.
I mean, Jay Gruden is in a tight spot, right? It's like, what can you do if you have no offensive lineman to block for running, and then you have no quarterback to throw the ball?
Well, now he's got himself a running quarterback.
He
Let's
does
see
have a
how
running
this
quarterback.
Let's see how RG4 does.
I will say this. There was one point in the game where it looked like AP, they like threw the ball. AP like went over the sideline. I swear he went up to Jay Gruden and they had him on camera and he was looking at him like, dude, why don't you just give me the freaking ball?
He might
I
have been.
AP
I don't
was
know if he
playing
would say
hard
something
from the
like
start.
that. That's what he looked like.
I mean, that first carry that AP had looked like he was going to get stopped for 4 yards, and he fought for like 10. He was playing hard. I mean, some dudes were playing hard.
Some
but
dudes were awful, though.
Some dudes just sucked.
Yeah.
Clinton Dix, I'm looking at you.
Most did. Ha ha. It just made me say ha ha the whole game. Ha 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 ha. Ha.
He's bad. He doesn't hit, and he's a safety.
He's slow.
He tackles worse than Deion Sanders.
Aaron, that's the word. That's the best line to describe him. He doesn't hit, but he's a safety.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a safety that tackles like a cornerback.
Yeah.
A bad one, like Daryl
Yeah.
Pounds or Deion Sanders.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Podcast. Want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Was that Amy? Did she just wave and go, "What are you doing?"
Yes.
We've done 464 podcasts, and I think that's the first time Amy's been on camera for, well,
I don't know,
definitely
but
on camera.
A long time.
haha, Clinton Dix. The other thing is, dudes, he is super slow. Did you see how slow he was? People were just blowing past him, and he could not. He had no juice in the tank. He had nothing to go and get him. He was
sucks.
steps behind.
He sucks.
I mean, this goes back to what we've been saying for 20 years now. I wish we could fire
Dan Snyder.
Daniel Snyder, and we can't. He just needs to come to realize if he loves something, he needs to set it free.
Well,
There we go.
I mean, there was some good news or an encouraging news that came out of Washington this week. You guys hear that they were trying to possibly get the stadium back on the site of RFK.
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I feel like they should just take RFK, bring in some architects who are respectful, bring in a design team, gut the heck out of it, and completely redesign around it and rebuild RFK. I think that would be amazing.
Well, it would definitely be awesome to not have to go to FedEx. I can tell you that. I would. Who would rather go to a crappy RFK as it is now over FedEx?
I
Show
would.
of hands. You wouldn't? John would not.
What? I said I would.
Oh, I
You
thought you
guys
said.
aren't listening to me. That's why I stopped talking.
I thought you said I wouldn't. All right.
I don't know, dudes. All I know is it was so bad. And Aaron and I were talking about we have to meet up in Nashville next week, and we were like, oh, we should hang around and go to the Titans game. It was so bad, we are like, let's not do that.
It might be. I mean, you'll probably be able to get really good seats for really cheap
Like
prices.
$1.
$1.
$1. I'm loving it.
$1.
Dude, Redskins tickets are on the McDonald's value meal menu.
They're like on those little pull-off things on the side of the McDonald's cup, like the Monopoly ticket things.
What is this AFF they're talking about in the chat room?
AFF.
American
Football Federation?
Oh, there's a new league that's starting up, huh?
Isn't it like the American Football Federation or something like that?
I guess. I think it's the new XFL.
The XFL is coming back.
Yeah,
so
but without
that might
like
be them.
kickboxing and without names like He Hate Me.
He hate me.
We're not sure about that. We'll have to figure that out.
What was that? Like the Las Vegas Marauders?
I don't know. Kurt Gouveia was on that team.
Yeah.
Who?
He won a Super Bowl with the Redskins.
Kurt Gouveia, number 54.
Wasn't is it like Arena League Plus? Maybe Jay Green should go back to Arena League.
They'd welcome him with open arms.
I think Josh Johnson's already the quarterback for one of those teams.
He's still under contract, dude, with one of those teams.
with one of those teams like in California. He's actually under contract.
Like,
Yeah.
is he on loan? Is it like, like soccer?
I think it just didn't interrupt with that season because it starts after the NFL season.
It's kind of like somebody that has like a TV series and then they go make a movie in between shooting. This is his movie.
His movie.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. He has nothing to lose in this league. I mean, in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's go on into the, dare I say it? And now, the coveted and ever-elusive Game Ball Award. The Game Ball Awards. It's brought to you by Ridapoo. So,
Apparently we lost Josh.
I think
I
we
can
still
hear.
have him. Wait, we have him. It was just the game ball graphic came up on top of him.
Hello?
Hello. I heard him say hello. Josh, we can see you. Oh, guys, for you, those of you listening, this is kind of funny because Josh's frozen face is on the podcast.
Maybe his battery died. Aaron, where'd you go?
Oh, sorry. I accidentally increased the size of Josh's head tenfold.
E-man size. E-man.
All right. So I don't know where he is. He's on his picture's on here, but he's gone. So maybe he'll pop back in here in a second.
It probably froze when he like dropped or something like that. There is a lot of snow and ice down there in Carolina.
Yeah. It says session is full and can't rejoin is what he just said. Oh, maybe I have to take him out.
So he can come back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, my game ball goes to no one playing. Cut. 0 people get a game ball. No, I take that back. Tressway gets a game ball.
He had like 10 punts.
I know. He had more action out there than anybody else.
Except for...
But fumble.
I don't know. Saquon Barkley had a lot of action out there.
The whooped our ass.
Yes. All right. My game ball is going to go to...
Got his head on your face.
I was going to say...
Nobody.
I think I'm going to give it to Carrington because Kerrigan because he's he's actually had a quietly decent season, even though he hasn't had the sack output. He's got 8.5, so
he does every year though. That's what happens. It's weird.
And he plays hard every play, so he's giving it to me because he's giving it to me. I'm giving him the game ball because he didn't quit. So
I guess he didn't quit. I don't even remember him after the first quarter. So, but I believe he probably didn't quit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see who's giving their game balls in the chat room. Michael Graff says there ain't enough Ridapoo to cover up that stink from Sunday.
No,
play some damn football. You sucked on the field today.
Okay, let's see. AP Chris J in the UK is giving his to AP for his heart and commitment. Yeah, I don't think AP quit.
Yeah, he just got stuffed because, like I said earlier, there's no one for him to run behind. Howard, one job. Whoever's on the other side of guard.
Dustin Hopkins.
Dustin only. Oh, Josh just question marked.
Oh,
Dustin
whoops.
Hopkins. Just Dustin Hopkins only did kickoffs. He didn't get to kick field goal and an extra point. Sneaky choice.
Josh just question marked. Is that like the equivalent? Oh, he's back. Is that the equivalent of flatlining?
It's flatlining for the Joker.
Hello?
There he is.
I'm back.
Are you eating gummy worms again?
No, Amy made shepherd's pie for dinner, so I had a little shepherd's pie.
With lamb?
Yeah.
Dang.
Solid.
Sounds good.
Who's your game ball going to?
Yeah,
My game ball? My game ball.
My game ball?
I was going to tell you, I told you go to Josh Doxson and then also kick Josh Doxson.
You're giving yours to Josh Doxson?
That's good.
Except
My
I'm
game
also
ball.
kicking him.
You go, my game ball. Oh my goodness. No, he didn't. All right, so Josh is giving his game ball to Josh Dachshund. Dachshund.
Yeah.
Josh
Josh
Dachshund.
Doxson.
like a little hot dog. Josh Dachshund. All right, who else is in here? Dustin Hopkins didn't get any kicks other than the kickoffs.
That was it.
Yeah, you're right. He just kicked off. He didn't even have to try an extra point or a field goal. He basically had the day off except for 3 kicks. Is that right?
Here, say hi to Sam. Sam, say hi. Who's your game ball go to, Sam? What?
My game ball? So Josh goes, my game ball? Sam goes, what? Who's Amy give her game ball to?
Uh-oh, did we lose him again?
I don't know. We might have
No, I'm
lost him.
back.
Okay.
Josh, is that like your beatnik sweater you got on? What
No,
is
man,
that?
it's like my zip up. It's freaking cold outside.
Oh, you guys look so beatnik on this episode. I'm wearing like a Redskins shirt.
Should we
You
start
guys are-
snapping and be like, I'll be here all
All right. So what's up, David Herzing's in the chat room. Okay. Dustin That's it? Dustin Hopkins is it? That's the only other person? Oh, wait. Tress Way for BNG Buns.
Yeah, there you go. Tress Way,
Who's our run
MVP.
back guy
MVP. MVP.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks for mentioning that. You guys are talking about special teams. Dude, Strowman is horrible.
That dude's awful. I was trying to figure out why he keeps being put back there.
I was
Because we don't
tweeting.
have anyone else.
I was tweeting something. I was tweeting,
Santana
Strowman is
Moss
not my
could've been
favorite
there.
player. And then
It's
someone
like-
wrote me back and was like, it's Strowman without
It's
an
like
H.
Strowman gets schooled and then they stick him back there to return kicks. I don't understand.
He just makes bad decisions. Like, what was up with that? What was up with that fair catch after it?
The ball comes out.
after it hit the ground.
The ground. And then it comes up and he's like, oh, there it
And
is.
he's like,
He doesn't
I know,
even really do
that was
this.
the
He's more like
stupidest
this.
thing. What did they call that penalty? Illegal fair catch? Signal?
Invalid fair catch.
Something
that
like
even
that.
a rule?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you can't call a fair catch after it
yeah,
hits
no,
the
but is
ground.
that the name of the rule? I mean, I don't even think those refs were like, wait, can you do that? I don't know if you can do that. I mean, when did they see other people do that?
They're sitting there in that little huddle and he's like, does anyone know the real name of what this penalty is?
What's the name for this? Let's go with invalid fair catch signal.
An
Just fake
invalid
it,
fair
man.
catch signal technically is if the ball is actually in the air and you make the signal down here at your waist. Your hand has to be above your head. But they just
They
used
probably got
that-
together. They were like,
that penalty.
that's a new one.
Because I think he actually had his hand above his head. It was just after the ball hit the ground. So that's
He's just like, oh,
invalid
yeah.
too.
oh crap, that ball's gonna hit the ground. I better call fair catch afterwards.
Dude, we should have called a challenge to see if he called it like when it was 1 inch off the ground. Well, it was
Yeah, they could have
bouncing.
like done that.
It had
replay
already
super
bounced,
slow
yeah.
mo to see. You know,
That
And
would have
they'd be
been like
I don't know. There's his hand. His hand's going up there. Is his hand above the shoulder at this point when it's an inch above the ground? It's
But then he
too. It's
fumbled,
too close.
too.
I think this is gonna stand.
Then he fumbled.
Then he fumbled. It was like a whoop wah
So
clusterbuckle, man.
questioning
Clusterbuckle. That's
I'm
why I
questioning
have
B&G Buns giving his game ball to the entire special teams after watching Greg Strowman.
Why don't they put Crowder back there?
Dude, Crowder sucked yesterday too.
Crowder's terrible.
He dropped passes the first. All right, Sanchez sucks, but on that first series, he had 2 dropped passes.
Right into hands, right into people's hands,
Everybody's
man.
dropping
And
passes.
was Jordan Reed the other one that dropped a pass in that first series?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
alligator arms that. He was just like, oh, he's gonna come and hit me. Ugh.
And what happened to Jordan Reed? He like got a hurt toenail or something. What happened to him?
He hurt his toe, and now his season's in jeopardy. Dude, wrap it up. And
He's
get in
always
there.
been fragile, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've said that we've beat this like a dead horse too. He should have been traded 2 years ago, and in the words of one of our oldest original listeners, Danny, we could have seen what we could get for him.
Who was like 12 when he started, and now he's like 30.
He's like 30 years old now. Oh,
and
man.
yet he still has not seen a winning Redskins team.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Should see
kicking
what
the
we can get
balls.
for him.
Stroman.
Oh, hold on, dude. Hold on. It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award. Mine's going to Stroman. You guys
Really?
find your own. You have a
dude.
plethora to choose from.
Excuse me. Mine's
There's
going
so
to butt
many.
fumble.
No explanation required.
There's so many.
If there's one time I want to curse more than almost any other time, I just want to curse before I say butt fumble. Because I just what an awful person. What? Here comes butt fumble running out with the big 6 on his chest. Hey guys,
The
what's
announcer
going on? Ed, dude, he just,
Hey,
you're just
guys.
looking at him like that guy's been hit way too many times. Why is he even on the football field?
And someone pointed out in the chat room last week the time that he wiped a booger on Mark Brunell on the side. I wish we could find that clip. He
Oh,
sucks. Can we cut him? Would it really hurt us just to cut him?
No.
Let's cut him.
Brunel. Oh, I found it.
You did?
I did.
Can you
Did you
download
really?
it? Can you send me the link? And
Hold
I'll try
on.
to get it on here real quick.
Yeah, he'll put it in my window and cover me up. Hey,
No. I think I can use some. I think I can use some magic
think-
to get in.
Oh,
Email me the
hold on.
link.
Hold
in all
on.
seriousness, I can't decide who to kick on our O-line full of scrubs more. Even though we've got, I mean, what's up with like all these veterans getting these
I just put
freaking
it-
false start penalties?
We
all
talked
the time?
about that's another one that we've beaten just about to a dead
Well,
horse.
dude, we've had
already talked about it.
464 episodes. We've pretty much beat everything to death here. But
That
seriously,
link is
it happens
that link
every
is on
week,
our
multiple times.
yeah. Every week. One job Moses. What are you doing? Austin Howard. Desmond Howard on the offensive line. Yeah.
Now, I will say
Yeah.
this to their credit. I'm sure they have no idea what a normal cadence is anymore from a quarterback because, I mean, look at what's happened over the past 4 weeks. And, you know, you just start getting used to Alex Smith, and then next thing you know, it's this guy. It's Colt McCoy. And then they're practicing with who knows. I mean, they got Jordan Reed taking snaps in practice. And then you got this Sanchez dirty butt fumble guy. And then next thing you know, there's Josh Johnson in there. They don't even know who's calling any play. I mean, they probably can't even understand what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
John, did you send me the link?
For the third time, the link is on the chat room.
Oh.
So all I have to do is go on there to click it.
John has posted the link on the chat room for those of you who are curious and the 3 of you in the room.
It's like a 9-second video.
I'm in the chat room and I don't even see it. Hold on.
Is it truly a booger being wiped onto?
Weird. The last thing I see in the chat room is Chris J in the UK saying, "I can't. I've got the sickness." Anyway, it's fine. I don't need it.
Well, then you have to scrub up to see it.
Oh, it's
Or you
before-
can, I don't know, type in Mark Brunell and a booger.
Mark Brunell yellow cake.
Mark Brunell yellow cake.
All right, I'll do that. In the meantime, Josh, did you give yours yet?
I just gave it.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
I can't
Really?
decide if it's like Morgan Moses or Trent Williams. I know Trent Williams is great, but like,
Give it
dude,
to
how many
both.
times does he?
Give it to both of them.
Give it to both. There's no rules.
All right.
There's no rules in here.
There's no rules up in this joint.
I mean, I can't even give it to the other guys because I don't even know their names.
Terrence Howard.
All right, hold on.
Can you name right now all of our starting offensive line? Go.
All right, do you see
Don't
it?
look.
Trent Williams, Austin, Hooper, Howard, whatever his name is, Roulier, Ty Nitschke at right guard, and one job. Thank you very much. Oh, and VD. Don't forget VD.
Really? Are you sure, John?
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
All right, I got the booger clip playing here.
Because it doesn't start off with the booger. It goes for like 3
Did
seconds.
you wipe a booger on me?
Does it say that?
Yeah, watch. Here it is.
Pause it.
There it is. It goes, you have a booger on me?
He's smiling at this point, and watch his smile turn right out of a smile. What? Dude, what? Did you wipe a booger on me? He says it. Here we go. One more time. Hold on. Let's freeze frame that.
What is he saying right there?
Ready?
What's the yellow bubble say?
This could be my best accomplishment today. And did you wipe a booger on me?
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Mark Brunell's game worn booger winter wear.
So that was it, dude.
Oh my word.
What else we got?
I'm just pretty impressed that I was able to somehow harness that technology to show you that clip. So, my day is complete.
That's your biggest accomplishment all day.
That was my biggest accomplishment all day. And it was much bigger than Mark. Be quiet, dogs. I've had enough stress from the Redskins. I can't deal with you barking all night. Seriously. All right, someone is talking about the Cowboys and Eagles game. Do you guys think that You're driving me insane. Do you guys think I could really watch that game after that debacle? No, I didn't watch that game. I hate both of those teams. I did want to bring up the fact to you guys, all you dudes out there. I'm not saying you in the chat room. All the people like, I don't know, I'm going to call them out right here on the podcast. Noah, that said you should be cheering for the Cowboys to beat the Eagles back in week 4. And I was like, no, I'm not. Mic drop. You never root for the Cowboys.
Period.
Ever.
31 other teams agree.
Ever.
They hate the Cowboys.
What else do we have to chat about here? My precarious prediction?
Precarious prediction. What was your prediction for this game, Aaron?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I didn't do one. We didn't do a podcast last week, but here's what it should have been. 40-16 Giants.
No, like back at the beginning of the season, didn't you predict this game? The Redskins would come out on top, 24-17.
No, we've been doing them week by week this season, Josh.
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while.
You haven't even been listening to our podcasts.
It was good to be back with you boys.
He says as he's taking a swill from his sarsaparilla. It's good to be back with you boys.
Good to be back
All right.
with you boys.
I'm going to break a tradition on this podcast, and maybe it'll actually help us because my other predictions weren't helping. Here we go.
All right.
Aaron's precarious predictions.
Yeah.
You put that right over top of me, dude.
Aaron's precarious predictions. Where else am I supposed to put you? Here, I'll find a better spot. All right. So here.
Hey guys, you put me up here. I'm smaller now.
Here's my precarious prediction for the week.
Why are we looking at week 5?
It scrolls. The whole thing scrolls.
Can you speed it up? Can you harness the technology?
You see, we used to go through this every single week.
What?
You guys.
Can you speed it up, dude?
Oh, really? Can you speed it up?
Oh, yeah,
Dude, we're like totally killing time. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Wait, why are we back at week 1 and week 2? What's happening?
Is it going even slower?
I don't know. I
Have you
thought I was
harnessed-
speeding it up, but it didn't do anything.
Have you harnessed the technology? There it is.
I did, but it's not going any faster. So I don't know. Anyway, all right. Let me get my precarious prediction. All right, so we're going. Who are we going up against? The Jaguars
Jaguars.
in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Dude, we're back to week 1 and week 2. Just turn this off.
Dude, I don't know
understand
if we don't have a home field advantage.
We don't have a home field advantage at all, no matter where we play. You know why? Because we suck. We suck
If we
so
don't-
bad.
If we don't, if we don't have a home field advantage, Josh, get off my head.
Josh, seriously.
If we don't have a home field advantage, then I don't know if we have a chance. All right, we're gonna go into Jacksonville, and first play of the game is we're gonna have the ball, and Josh Johnson's gonna throw a 25-yard pass to Josh Doxson. And second play of the game, Adrian Peterson's going to run for -2 yards. Third play of the game, he's going to run for 7 yards. We're going to kick a field goal. All right. We're going to go up 3-0. Jacksonville, I don't even know who's on their squad. I don't know. I have no idea who's on Jacksonville's squad anymore. They're going to go up 7-3. Let's just face it.
They
They're
got
gonna win.
Fournette.
This is the first time ever on my precarious prediction. Jacksonville is going to win this game 17. No.
Their offense is horrible.
They're
Their
going to win
Horrible.
They're going to win this game.
9-2.
Jacksonville is going to win this game 13-6.
13-2. 13-5. 13-5.
No, 13 to
5 is like
Jacksonville's.
my favorite football score ever. 13-5.
Dude, would we lose Josh? I just see clouds.
No, I'm here. I don't know what happened, dudes.
I just see clouds.
What happened?
13-6. The Redskins are going to fall to the Jaguars, and this is the first time ever on my precarious predictions that I have not picked the Redskins to win. 13-6. Maybe it'll shake it up a little bit by me giving predictions to the other team. I don't know.
Hiya! Hiya! Hiya!
13-6. Chris J in the UK, all you get to watch are Jaguar games because they're going to be in London in a year or so. I
That's
think
what
we
it's
lost
saying.
Josh again.
No, I'm here, dudes.
It's because I kept hi-yaing him in the top of the head with my big beard. With my big little beard. Hi-ya!
Your big little beard.
So I'm trying to get it big, but it's just like getting kind of scraggly. It's not a handsome beard.
He's just a block now. It's not.
I'm here, dudes.
handsome.
I hear him.
Dude, you
I'm
paused
here.
your camera or something.
No, I don't know why.
I think we censored your face on the podcast.
All right, we got to wrap this up, dudes. Let's go. He's trying to remotely man us, dude. Let's wrap it up.
He's trying to man us. He tried to man us.
Oh,
That was
oh,
funny. All right, dudes. I think that about wraps it up. I'm glad that you guys can at least find some humor in this instead of my adolescent self that would be mad and punch holes through walls. And post-adolescence, if you remember me at the Panthers game.
Post-adolescence.
In the Panthers game. Anyway, all right, dudes. I think that wraps it up. I'd like to give a shout out to our benevolent sponsors, Desmond Seeley.
You can reach him on Twitter at Desmond Seeley 2. You can also reach us on Twitter at Harry Hogg, HARRY Hogg. Check out harryhogfootball.com. Check out our iTunes. Or just watch us here on YouTube at YouTube/Harry Hogg.
If you have some friends that actually like the Redskins, tell them to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube.
Subscribe button.
And I guess we'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins. Hopefully we'll get a victory against the Jags. Horse, London's team. Talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins. If you can find a way and see a Cowboys fan this week, find something to joke 'em about.
Joke 'em.
I got a rad.
Look at your camera, dude.
I got a rad. I got a rad.